The 1980s were the golden era of pop and rock music. Synths, grunge, disco, and unbridled energy. But behind the stage's glimmer lurked shadows. Drugs, illness, and accidents. Today, we'll remember 10 legendary musicians of the 80s whose lives were cut short. Their hits live on forever, and their stories are a reminder of the price of fame. Subscribe, like, and let's go. In 10th place is Metallica bassist Cliff Burton. In the 80s, his bass lines made thrash metal truly powerful. The album Master of Puppets is a masterpiece that changed rock, but on September 27, 1986, at the age of 24, while on tour in Sweden, the band's bus skidded on an icy road. Cliff was thrown out the window and killed under the wheels. Metallica dedicated the song The Unforgiven to him, a tragedy that united the band forever. The 9th was the band's keyboardist and vocalist, Richard Manuel. He struggled with addiction in the 80s, but his voice on The Wait and The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down is timeless classic. On March 4th, 1986, after a concert at age 42, he hanged himself in his hotel room. Friends blamed the demons of alcohol and depression. The band lost its soul and part of its magic. 8th is Thin Lizzy frontman Phil Linnott. His Jailbreak and Whiskey in the Jar lit up the 80s. His Irish charm and guitar riffs made him an icon. But on January 4th, 1986, at the age of 36, a heroin overdose led to kidney failure. Phil passed away, leaving fans with the question, why is rock so cruel to its heroes? 7th, Minutemen guitarist Boon. Punk rock in the 80s would have been different without them. Double Nickels on the Dime is a DIY manifesto. On December 22, 1985, at the age of 27, he flew out of a van at 70 miles per hour while on tour. Death in His Prime, a classic 27 Club story, but with a punk twist. 6th is Marvin Gaye, the King of Soul. What's Going On and Sexual Healing are anthems of the 80s. But on April 1st, 1984, at the age of 44, his father shot him during an argument. A family conflict exacerbated by cocaine. A tragedy that shook the soul music world. A genius fell at the hands of a loved one. The 5th is Karen Carpenter, lead singer of the Carpenters. Her voice in We've Only Just Begun is the soundtrack of the 80s for lovers. But anorexia and the pressure of fame broke her. On February 4th, 1983, at the age of 32, a heart attack took her life. This story opened our eyes to the hidden troubles of celebrities. The 4th is folk rocker Harry Chapin. Cats in the Cradle is an 80s hit about family and time. An activist and philanthropist, he was rushing to a charity concert. On July 16, 1981, at the age of 38, a car accident on the highway cut his life short. Ironically, the song about his lost father became his epitaph. The 3rd is reggae king Bob Marley. No Woman, No Cry, and One Love united the world in the 1980s. But skin cancer, hidden for years, won. On May 11, 1981, at the age of 36, he passed away in Miami, a legend whose music continues to fight for peace to this day. The 2nd is John Lennon, icon of the Beatles. In the 80s, double fantasy brought him back to the top. But on December 8, 1980, at the age of 40, fan Mark Chapman shot him outside his home. The world froze. Imagine echoed in the mourning of millions. And first up is Ian Curtis from Joy Division. Their Unknown Pleasures is the soundtrack to the dark 1980s. Epilepsy, depression, and a breakup with his wife broke him. On May 18th, 1980, at the age of 23, he hanged himself before their first tour in the U.S. Joy Division became New Order, but Ian remains the eternal ghost of post-punk. These 10 stories aren't just tragedies, but also a reminder. Music lives on as long as we remember it. What are your favorite 80s hits? Let us know in the comments. Like them if they touched you, and see you in the next video. Peace out.